We've all done it. A deadline is near. Your mind knows exactly what needs to be done. And yet, you open YouTube, you scroll, you clean your desk for the 5th time. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we procrastinate, even when we times it hurts us? Today, we'll dive into the psychology and hidden science of procrastination, where it comes from, why our brain resists work, and how ancient instincts still shape our modern habits. Procrastination isn't new. Ancient philosophers like Socrates and Aristotle wrote about times akrasia, times the act of doing something against your better judgment. But why would evolution give us such a self-defeating trait? The answer lies in our prehistoric wiring. Tens of thousands of years ago, humans didn't have essays or tax returns, they had threats. Hungry predators, dangerous weather. Our brains evolved for survival, not for scheduling. The modern parts of our brain responsible for logic, planning, and self-control are relatively young compared to the limbic system, the emotional core that's been with us since the beginning. When we procrastinate, it's often a tug-of-war between these two parts. The prefrontal cortex saying, "Do your work." The limbic system whispering, "Avoid pain, seek comfort." In a world full of immediate rewards like videos, notifications, and snacks, the limbic system often wins. Inside your head, two psychological forces are fighting. On one side, the future self, who dreams big, wants progress, and imagines success. On the other, the present self, who just wants to feel good right now. When you set goals, "I'll start my assignment tomorrow," your future self is in charge. But when tomorrow arrives, the present self takes over. And guess what? The present self doesn't care about your future goals. This conflict is known as temporal discounting, our tendency to value immediate rewards more than future ones. In simple terms, scrolling TikTok now feels better than the promise of a completed project later. Procrastination, then, isn't laziness. It's our brain's way of choosing short-term mood repair over long-term satisfaction. Here's the paradox. We procrastinate to avoid feeling bad, but the act of procrastinating makes us feel worse. It's an emotional loop. Psychologists call this the procrastination cycle. 1. We feel anxiety or boredom toward a task. 2. We avoid it to get temporary relief. 3. The relief fades. Guilt increases. 4. That guilt fuels more anxiety and more avoidance. The brain learns this pattern quickly. Each time we delay, it rewards us with a small hit of dopamine, that instant, "I'll do it later," relief. Over time, procrastination becomes a coping mechanism for managing discomfort, not just about work, but about fear, perfectionism, and self-doubt. Sometimes we procrastinate not because we're lazy, but because we care too much. Think about it. Have you ever delayed a task because you wanted it to be perfect? Because you didn't want to face the possibility of failing? This is perfectionist procrastination, the kind that hides behind, "I'm just not ready yet." In truth, perfectionism is fear in disguise. Fear of not being good enough. Fear of judgment, fear of disappointing others or ourselves. And ironically, the longer we delay, the more that fear grows. Our brain associates the task with pain, so we run from it even harder. If procrastination has always existed, why does it feel worse today? Because we live in the age of distraction, every app on your phone, every website, Every notification is designed to hijack your attention. You're not fighting your willpower alone anymore. You're fighting billion-dollar algorithms trained to predict what will keep you scrolling. Our attention spans are shrinking not because we're broken, but because the digital world profits from keeping us hooked. It's not just you, your environment is engineered to make focus harder. So, how do we fight back? How do we beat procrastination not just for a day, but for good? Let's break it down into 3 psychological shifts. 1. Make the start easy. Our brain overestimates how hard a task will be until we begin. That's why the 2-minute rule works. If it takes less than 2 minutes, do it now. And if it's a big task, start for just 2 minutes. Once you begin, momentum takes over. 2. Focus on emotion, not time. We often say, I just need to manage my time better. But procrastination isn't a time problem, it's an emotion problem. Instead of asking, when will I do this? Ask, how can I make this feel easier to start? Change your environment, reward progress, and reduce friction. 3. Forgive yourself. Sounds simple, but research shows that people who forgive themselves for procrastinating are less likely to do it again. Guilt traps you in the past. Forgiveness frees you to try again. Remember, you're not lazy, you're human. You're dealing with a brain designed to avoid pain and seek comfort. Understanding that truth is the first step toward real change. Progress doesn't come from massive effort, it comes from small wins. Each time you choose action over avoidance, your brain learns a new pattern. Starting feels good. Those tiny victories rewire your mind for momentum. Eventually, what once felt impossible becomes automatic. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent, even if it's one small step at a time. So the next time you find yourself delaying, remember, you're not fighting laziness. You're fighting biology, emotion, and design. But with awareness, you can take back control. Start small, forgive yourself, and remind your brain that action, even a little, is better than waiting for the perfect moment. Because the perfect moment never comes. This is Originify, uncovering the hidden stories behind everyday human behavior. If you found this video meaningful, subscribe for more insights that help you understand yourself and the world a little better.